What angels do when God goes silent. Heaven does not panic when God goes silent. Angels do not scramble. They do not ask questions. They do not act early. When God is silent, angels wait, and that silence is more terrifying than thunder. Like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to the Bible Project for more cinematic Bible stories. We are uncomfortable with silence. When God does not speak, we assume delay, confusion, absence. But Scripture reveals a different reality. When heaven falls silent, it is not because nothing is happening, it is because something irreversible is about to happen. Tonight, we step into one of the Bible's most unsettling truths. What angels do when God goes silent. We will move through ancient visions, prophetic moments, and scenes where heaven held its breath. Not in uncertainty, but in obedience. This is not imagination. This is Scripture. Silence in heaven. Revelation 8. The Apostle John is standing in heaven. He has seen lightning, voices, worship, thunder rolling through eternity. Then the Lamb opens the seventh seal, and suddenly, silence. Revelation says there was silence in heaven for about half an hour. No worship, no voices, no movement, just stillness. Angels stand holding trumpets, not blowing them, not preparing them, waiting. Because when God is silent, angels do not move on instinct. They move on command. And silence means the command has not yet been given. Why angels wait? The nature of obedience. Angels are not independent agents. They do not improvise. They do not interpret emotion. They do not sense timing. Psalm 103 says, "Angels do his word, hearkening unto the voice of his word." Not his mood, not his silence, his voice. When God speaks, angels act. When God is silent, angels wait. Even if judgment is already prepared in their hands, silence is not confusion. Silence is restraint. The angel over Jerusalem. 2 Samuel 24. King David sins. Judgment is released. An angel appears over Jerusalem, standing between heaven and earth. Sword drawn, people are dying. The city is trembling, but the angel does not speak. It does not explain itself. It does not justify the destruction. It waits. Only when God speaks, it is enough. Does the angel stop? Not because mercy suddenly appeared, but because instruction finally arrived. Silence did not mean inaction. It meant waiting for the final word. Silence before destruction. Egypt. In Egypt, the destroyer moves through the land. There is no recorded dialogue, no warning cry, no angelic announcement, just movement. Scripture does not describe its voice because voice was unnecessary. The command had already been given. When God is silent, after a command, angels do not reconfirm, they execute. Silence is not permission to delay. Silence is confirmation that nothing else will be added. One night, no words. 2 Kings 19. An Assyrian army surrounds Israel. There is no angelic warning, no heavenly debate. Scripture says, one angel of the Lord went out, and 185,000 soldiers were dead by morning. No speech, no explanation, no aftermath described. Because angels do not speak when judgment has already been approved. Words imply negotiation, and there was none. Silence is a signal. Throughout Scripture, silence follows a pattern. When God speaks, there is time. When angels speak, there is warning. When heaven is silent, the window has closed. This is why prophets trembled at silence, why visions paused, why heaven held its breath. Silence does not mean God has stepped away. It means God has decided. What angels do in silence. So what do angels do when God goes silent? They stand, they wait, they hold. Trumpets raised but unblown. Swords drawn but unmoving. Perfect obedience under restraint. Because premature obedience is disobedience. Angels understand timing better than power. Most terrifying truth. The most terrifying moments in Scripture are not when God speaks loudly. They are when He stops speaking. Because silence means nothing more will be said. Nothing more will be added. Nothing more will be changed. And angels, who have never disobeyed, will act the moment the silence breaks. What this means for us. We fear God's anger, but Scripture teaches us to fear His silence. Because silence means grace has finished speaking. When heaven grows quiet, it is not empty. It is attentive. And angels are listening for a single word. If you want to understand the unseen moments of Scripture, the silences, the pauses, the weight behind heaven's stillness, subscribe to the Bible Project for more cinematic Bible stories. Because when God speaks again, everything changes.